Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Cooking with Dougie. Today we're going to be making meatballs. My kind of meatballs. And these are the ingredients that we're going to be using. And this is for a lot of meatballs because I'm going to make meatballs for a meal and then I'm going to have enough to make small meatballs for a Italian wedding soup later. But for starters, we're going to make all the meatballs one time to put it together. I've got 2 pounds of fresh ground beef, 80-20, with 2 pounds of ground pork. I've got 1.5 cups of freshly grated Parmesan. You can use the Kraft if that's what you have, that's fine. I've got about 1/4 cup of garlic that I'm going to mince up real fine to put in there. I've got 1 nice sweet onion. I've got 3 eggs. I've got 2 cups of Italian seasoned breadcrumbs. If you don't have Italian seasoned breadcrumbs, get the regular ones and put some Italian seasoning in there, mix them up, same. Salt, pepper, and very important, some fresh Italian parsley, just the leaves, not the stems. So I'm gonna prep everything and then we'll put things back together and then we'll make some meatballs. Bear with me. Okay, I have my prep done. I've minced the garlic, the onions, and the parsley. We're going to start with a little salt and pepper. This is 1 tablespoon. We'll do some pepper to taste. Let's put in you know what, we'll go ahead and start with our veg. Let's get the onion going. This is 1 onion that I've chopped up pretty decently, diced small. About 1/4 cup of garlic. Not afraid of spice. Okay, our fresh parsley. Our 2 cups of the Italian seasoned breadcrumbs. About 1.5 cups of freshly grated Parmesan. Let's start working this, and we'll bring the egg in here in just a second. Okay, let's pop our eggs. The eggs work as a binder for this to hold everything together. So they do play a very crucial role. My hands are extremely clean because I wash them regularly. And we're going to mix this stuff up nice. And everybody's meatball recipe varies. This is just a pretty basic, but fresh ingredients. You can't substitute fresh that well. As long as they're available. I think we're about there. Okay, so everything's mixed. I've got a nice little sheet pan. I just turned my oven on to like 375, 400. We're gonna spray this so we have less stickage. And then we're just going to start portioning these out. So I have this little scoop, handy dandy scoop, that works out really well, but you still want to round them out. And this is a good size. You know, not too big. Like, you ever been to Buca di Beppo? I'm not a fan, but they have like these softball ones. I don't know, every family's different. We'll just say that. So we're just going to line these things up. I will bust out a bunch of them. And as I said at the beginning of the taping, is that we're going to save some of these for some Italian wedding soup, a traditional Italian soup. We'll make that on the video as well. Okay, this is the last one that we're going to prepare this way. Just putting the final little... See the uniformity of these? They're all the same size, which is great for cooking because they'll all cook the same. So since this is all I'm using, I'm going to spread these out so we get a nice even cooking. The great thing about these is that you can make them ahead. You could freeze them as this, or you could make them and cook them and put them in bags and freeze them later, and then just add them to your sauce, your ragu, whatever the heck you're doing. But they're great in the freezer. They keep very well. And you can keep them with or without sauce. Okay. All right, we're going to go into the oven at 400 degrees. I'll check these in 10 minutes. We're going to brown on one side. I will flip them over, get brown on color on that side, make sure they're done, and we'll pull them. But I'll check them in 10 minutes. Okay, we've been in for like 15 minutes. Let's take a look. They're getting there, but no cigars yet. We're going to let them go another, I won't have to even think about flipping them because they're spaced out enough where they're browning up nice, and the bottom's going to get brown just from being on the pan. So I just roll this around. We'll go another 15 minutes, and that'll be a total of 30 minutes cooking time, and check it at that time. Okay, so it's been about 35 minutes. And you know what? This is about where I want to take them because I'm going to put these will go into a sauce, for a spaghetti or, some sort of a pasta dish. And they're pretty far along. They're set up very nice. We're going to let those things rest, and I'm going to drain off the fat. But let's take a look at one of them. Go on the end here. Looks nice inside. Oh. So tender and moist inside. And you have all the flavor of the garlic, the parsley, and the breadcrumbs with the Italian herbs. And so the salt and pepper is fine. Don't have to, that was just the perfect amount. So once they're cool, they can be placed into freezer bags and popped in your freezer, pulled out when you're ready. Or they could go directly into sauce and then just enhance the flavor of the meatball with that sauce. But that is it. And the next episode we'll do a Italian wedding soup with the meatballs, but they're done differently. Thanks very much for tuning in. We're getting a lot of subscribers. Peace out.